Hey, what's up? So most of the time on my channel, I do how-tos, some reviews, some tips and tricks with cars or whatnot. But if you're getting in the car world, or if you're at home do-it-yourselfer, or maybe you got a machine shop, maybe you don't even work on cars, maybe you do crafting or all kinds of different stuff, and you need storage. Storage is the most expensive thing that you got to buy in any kind of a environment where you have to store things. That's, it's insane that you pay for space, right? Like, I did a lot of comparisons myself across all kinds of different websites between toolboxes and cubic feet and whatnot, and I did the weight of the toolboxes. When you price out the weight per pound of what you're buying with steel or whatnot, they're not equal. So it's not like you're getting the same dollar amount per pound if you average it out that way, or price it out that way. The reason I say buy these things now is that what do prices do over time? Everything goes up. Never do prices go down, okay? The quality of these are very good. It's very good compared to the toolboxes we had back in the day. I've been working on cars for 20 something years now, and the toolboxes that we had back when I came out, ball bearing slides were the thing that were happening. Before, it was metal on metal and very creaky, squeaky, single row ball bearing, just enough to glide out, but not enough to nice and ease back into it. So if you wanted a quality box, you had to pay mucho money from a tool truck. Now you get these things from Harbor Freight, $600 for this guy, $600 for this setup. So I think it's $350 for the bottom and $220 for the top, add in some tax. And there's times you can find coupons. I just got $50 off this guy, and the top one was $227. The bottom one is $359, like I said, but there was a recent $30 coupon off that I wish I'd have, sometimes you just wait. If you find something that you like, wait for these Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend sales or Black Friday sales, save up all your money and buy it, all right? I'm not a you only live once kind of guy. I am a calculated impulse buyer. When I know I want to buy something, I obsess over it. And I do my research, my Googling, my price checking, who sells it, where can I get it. One of my other recent purchases, which I haven't made a video yet on, is this Milwaukee tool cart over here. All right, this cart is the bomb. It's $500 for this cart. I don't see $500 there though. Look at this cart for $500, and then look at these setups for $600. Where's the value, right? However, I found out that Blaine's Farm and Fleet also sell these Milwaukee carts besides Home Depot, and I just happened to just keep watching both sites, and Farm and Fleet had it on clearance for $269. I went in there and got it for $280 after tax, so I saved almost half. So the purpose of this video is, if you're thinking about buying one of these or you're gonna need storage in the future, get it now. Make plans to get it now, because the price of these, it's not gonna stay that way. I can tell you why. We have Snap-on carts that are similar to that. They have slide open tops. And then, they have all sorts of different ones, right? A friend of mine just bought one 6 months ago for $1,700. And now those carts are $2,800, almost pushing $3,000 for the same exact cart. They're jumping the price of things. So Harbor Freight doesn't have to keep their prices where they're at. They're only pricing them that low, at least in my mind, to get the sales, to get you in the door, because not only are you going to buy this, but you buy more tools while you're in there, right? So this may be one of their lost leaders. That's what we call oil changes in the shop, where we don't make money on oil changes, but we make money on finding things wrong with the car while we're looking at the oil change and looking over the car to get more stuff, to sell you more stuff, whether it be brakes or tires or whatnot. So if they're telling you that it's $600 for this cart, and they're comparing it to an $1,800 Snap-on cart, when Snap-on jumps their carts up to $2,800, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna say, well, if they can charge more, we can charge more because we're still less, right? So I don't wanna say that I'm gonna forecast the future. I'm no great financial advisor or whatnot like that, but everything does increase in price, especially raw materials. When you're dealing with steel and metals, the price is gonna go up. So if you're in the market for something, make the call. The sooner the better you buy something is good on you. And it's hard finding these used. They're still new. Nobody wants to let these things go. You can find old Snap-on and Matco and all kinds of toolboxes on eBay and Craigslist and and Facebook Marketplace and Garage Sale and all kinds of sites. But what you're gonna be hard pressed to find is an inexpensive cart at a great price, because it's already at a great price. So nobody's gonna want to sell it even less than what they got for it. Now, when you pay 17 grand for a big old toolbox, you know you're not getting money out of it. So you can, sell it for 10 grand or 9 grand, but nobody has the cash. Nobody ever has the liquid cash to buy toolboxes at that cost. So it's better for everyone to finance them, which is why guys buy stuff off the tool truck. You'll see toolboxes off eBay for years on end, months on end, because nobody has 4 grand to go buy on a box, because toolboxes don't make you money. They make you more efficient. They help you be productive, but they're an expense, right? It's one of those things that you have to buy in order to do your job, but it doesn't really help you with your job. Wrenches do, sockets do, ratchets do, impacts do. They make you money. Toolboxes, they hold the things that make you money, right? So it's kind of hard when the thing that sits there and does nothing costs more than anything you're going to put into it, right? So I don't want to say put off the Disney trip with the kids and go buy one of these, but what I do want to say is, if you're looking for tool storage and you're in the market for this kind of thing, you're going to want to do it sooner than later. All right. These boxes are getting very good. This US General one that I have, it's got some good slides to it. The drawers are kind of narrow, so you want to do your homework, right? So if you got, let me pull out a wrench here. So what I like to do is take the tools that you have, all right, measure them out with a tape measure and whatnot. Then you can lay them out, or you can go online and figure out what the dimensions are of the drawers, and then you can do your measurements and see if your stuff's actually going to fit in there, right? And then when it's laying in the wrench racks, how tall are they? See how tall the drawers are. All the websites have the measurements on there, so just figure out if it's going to fit for you. It's really hard to get something home and then find out that it doesn't work for you, right? So a box like this, I have so many tools that's kind of not going to help me. But if you're an at-home do-it-yourselfer and you just have a couple of hand tools, you can put your most used stuff in the top and then segregate the drawers by, most used to least used. That's kind of how we do it in the shop, right? Or if you got a cart like this, let me see if I get this camera over here. Super deep drawers, those are good. It's not good for wrenches because you have all that extra space that you're not using, right? So you want to use pliers or whatnot. So what I'm going to use this cart for myself is all of my roll around working tools. I like to use the working carts, the flat carts for parts. If I'm doing brakes, all of my brakes are there with me and I can work on them. That's a huge, there's so much surface area in that cart, it's unbelievable. When I have tools, I like to lay them in the cart in a certain area, and I use magnet trays for all my parts and everything. Well, if I have a working cart like this, I can have all of my impact stuff in there, all of my air guns, all of my pry bars in there, all my most used sockets in there. I don't have to keep walking back and forth to the toolbox to get everything. I just wheel this over to the cart or to the car and then start working on it. So I'll have this on one side to me, and I'll have the Milwaukee cart to my other side, and it's like a little working area, right? It's kind of tedious if you have a bench against the wall, so you constantly got to take stuff off, walk over to the bench, lay it on the bench, walk over back to the car. I like having everything right at the ready. It's all with me in like my little workstation command center, right? So you've seen reviews. I'm not going to review it. It's a good cart. The reason I bought it is I've watched all these reviews. I've been to Harbor Freight 20, 30 times. Every time I go there, I keep going back to this box, to this cart, right? This cart is awesome. It's very well put together. It's a very great bang for the buck. It is beautiful color, man. I was worried about the blue because all the photos show a flat blue, but it does match obviously the other US General one. But I got a Matco one that I got. It's an older one, so it's pretty similar to that. And I like going with the blues. I'm kind of upset that I had to get a red cabinet. I might wrap it, or I might just keep looking for an online deal and get another cabinet and get rid of that Craftsman one. But as far as tool storage, the US General stuff is really up in the game. I do have my eyes on the Icon setup. I already priced it out. The side cabinet with the bottom box, with the hutch, with the steel worktop, with the other side small cabinet, It's going to run about 9 grand. So that's a lot of saving to do. I don't even know if I'd be able to sell my toolbox that I currently have to anybody, because it's hard to get your money back out of them. I bought my Matco one for 3,500 bucks. I watched it for 6 months on Facebook Marketplace. It went from 6,500 to 5,500 to 4,500 to 3,500, and I actually offered him 3 grand, and he delivered it to me in a horse trailer for 3,200. So I got a hell of a deal, because this box, brand new, I think was 13 to 15 grand, and then there's a side cabinet on top of that, which is another 2 grand. It's just crazy that a name, I mean, it's great quality, but the name on the box also jumps up the price. So I don't want to force your hand, but at the same time, I want to tell you, don't wait. If you know you're going to need storage in the future, you can't go wrong with these kinds of things. There's always something to put in there. I do stuff at the house. I do stuff in my garage. I'm sorry, I do house stuff at the house. Like I build things, right? I do bathrooms and basements and walls and offices and gyms. I like doing home repairs and home restorations and home whatever. So I have a couple carts at home that I use just for tools for the house. Then I got a garage at the house that I want to have a toolbox in it for just tools if I needed to do something at home. And then I got stuff here at the shop, and then I have extra tools for keeping them around the car instead of walking back and forth. So some of it's unnecessary costs. It's just things that I want at the ready in order for me to do the job, right? You'll always find a way to make the money back on the tool that you buy when you work in the service world. It's you know, you just fix more cars, right, and make more money. So I hope this video helps. It's not a review. It's not me trying to sell you on anything. It's more just trying to say, go get what you need before the prices jump up, because I feel these are going to raise in prices in the next year, maybe even 2. But it's not going to be long. It's not going to be far out there. So mark my words. Enjoy.